Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the the-devereux-committee of pro wrestling, presented by the Idiot Radio Network, offering a weekly look into the world of professional wrestling with guest interviews, news, results, and much more. Now here's your host, stephon-devereux. Yes, we are back here, the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling. Wrestling fan stephon-devereux. Oh my goodness. What a week. What a week in professional wrestling we've had. Oh, I can't wait to talk about that. Got my buddy Bud Cassidy calling in soon. We're going to talk about what happened at the UWF show. And, man, big news. You know, big news coming out of that show as well. Big news coming out of last night's show. Man, the PWX. What they doing down there? You know, down in Connellsville. They taking over down there, too. It seems like they're having some fun. But anyway, it's your host, stephon-devereux. We are live here, the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling. I can't believe what I've seen. I cannot believe what I've seen just recently. I have to go back and check my notes again. This past week, on Monday Night Raw, SmackDown. Yeah, SmackDown. Yeah, I know I mess up sometimes. But what I seen on SmackDown this past week had me afraid. Because I was just talking about this guy this past week on Neil Haley's show. The Neil Haley show. Was on his show, did two segments. I want to give a shout out to the dude, Big Neil, the real deal, as I used to call him, you know, back in the day. But dude sat there and had me on the show, and we talked about professional wrestling, and I was talking about the guy, really bad. And actually, I really did. I can't say I was talking about him really bad, but too bad. I was talking about Kevin Owens, to a point to where I made it seem like Kevin Owens wasn't the best wrestler, you know, out there. I love Kevin. Kevin's a good dude, you know, great guy, but got a little bad. But before I get into that, I'm going to, you know, finally we get this thing connected, you know, our first time on Blog Talk Radio. We're doing this show on location, and we're going to bring in the man of the hour, Bud Cassidy, the co-host of the Devereux Committee. Bud,
what's up?
How does it feel to do the show on location?
Oh, yeah, we're kind of tickled right now.
Yeah. You know, I was just talking to the wrestling audience that I'm really not promoting to right now for some unknown reason, but I was just talking to the wrestling audience, and I was kind of messed up because I was watching SmackDown, and I said, wow, what I seen on SmackDown was incredible. The beatdown between, well, I don't want to get too much into that, but what's happening on SmackDown is incredible right now. I think SmackDown is probably taking that next step. They're already the best show, in my opinion, but I think SmackDown is ready to take that next step, and by Vince McMahon showing up this past Tuesday night and doing what he did, I couldn't believe it. But I'm going to set this up real fast. Vince McMahon shows up on SmackDown, and he has some words for Kevin Owens. Now, I don't have the clips, you know, for it this week, but Vince McMahon pretty much went in on Kevin Owens. He told Kevin Owens how he felt. And I don't think Kevin Owens liked it too much. And Kevin Owens went off and beat Vince McMahon senseless in the middle of the ring. But he had the permission of Vince McMahon to beat this man senseless, because Vince McMahon told him that he could beat any McMahon senseless. And Kevin Owens is one of those guys. So after that, Kevin Owens beat him. Vince McMahon did something that he does not let his other wrestlers do, and that's bleed on television.
Right.
That's the story of the whole match to me, or the whole angle, is Vince McMahon bled for Kevin Owens. Now, I'll say this. It was probably Vince McMahon's best stuff in a long time. I haven't heard this Vince McMahon in about 10 years maybe. But I couldn't believe it, man. I'm dead serious. I could not believe it. He actually bled on TV. Something he doesn't even let his own wrestlers do. But
yeah, that kind of shocked me too.
Well, I'll tell you something else that shocked me. I mean, I will tell you something else that shocked me. Yeah, Kevin Owens. I sat back and said, "There's no way." First and foremost, that he's doing this for Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens. It seems like that they had him just sitting there for a while. Yeah, they had him in a feud with AJ Styles and everything, but just felt like he was sitting there, not doing much. But he did this for Kevin Owens. I'm still shocked. Still shocked.
Yeah, I mean that's just it. I mean, there for a while I thought Kevin Owens was kind of going stale, and then just out of nowhere, I mean, boom, he come off with this, and hopefully it's just a turnaround for Kevin Owens. But then again, I mean, it's WWE, so
yeah, it's the WWE. I just hope that they take this angle a little bit further. I wouldn't mind seeing. Now, I'm not going to give away, the payoff here just yet, because there was a payoff. But I wish they would continue this thing with Kevin Owens and McMahon. Now, that's Shane, because see, Shane is looked at so much as a babyface. No matter what Shane does, Shane can't be a heel. Shane will always be a babyface. And I honestly see money in a babyface Kevin Owens. I think that if there's anybody that can get Kevin Owens over to the next level, it is Vince McMahon. That's why I'm happy he did this angle with him, number one. And number two, I honestly feel that Kevin Owens, well, see, I said he was like Mick Foley the other day, when I did the interview with Big Neil. But I just feel like Kevin Owens, he needs Vince McMahon for the story. Vince McMahon will get this thing over so well. It's not Shane. And he would also get Kevin Owens over as a babyface. I truly think that. And I'm freestyling here. But I really think he would get him over as a babyface, not as a heel. Because the heel Kevin Owens, it just doesn't work. And they tried it. But the fans want to cheer him so bad. They want to cheer him, just like they wanted to cheer Mick Foley.
Right.
I don't know. Well, I'm going to see if we can get some calls out there. If anybody want to tell us how they feel about this, but give us a call at 347-308-8709. That's 347-308-8709. I think my dog wants to call in, but I keep telling him no, he can't use my phone. But anyway, what I found funny is Vince McMahon stepping up. He stepped up, but he stepped up for Kevin Owens. That's the story of this. That's the underline. He stepped up for Kevin Owens. Bottom line, excuse me. He stepped up for Kevin Owens. Not anybody else. Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens. Is Vince McMahon telling us that he's now, a Kevin Owens believer? I mean, what does that do for guys like Roman Reigns? Because we've seen Vince McMahon never did this for Roman Reigns, and we know that he believes in Roman Reigns more than anybody else in that office.
Right.
That's
I mean,
weird.
that's kind of a touchy subject in a sense. I don't know if Roman Reigns so much needs Vince McMahon to do that. But at the same time, Kevin Owens really didn't either. I mean, he just had to be put in the right spot. So.
Yeah. I mean, I hear that. I hear that, but I still believe that Vince McMahon. No. Okay. Would anybody say that Stone Cold Steve Austin needed Vince McMahon? I mean,
no.
It was.
I mean,
go ahead.
was great television though. I mean, that's why they did it. Stone Cold didn't need Vince McMahon, but it made for great television.
True.
How many guys actually wanted to look at their boss and tell them to go, own themselves?
Well, and think about it. Vince McMahon, and he at the time he was the most hated man in the business. The fans hated him because they felt he screwed Bret Hart. You know, he played that so well. He played that so well. You know, Bret screwed Bret. Vince McMahon was looked at as as the biggest heel in the business after that moment. He was, to me, Vince McMahon, after that moment, and what happened the weeks after, Vince McMahon became the biggest heel in professional wrestling. He was bigger than the NWO to me because it set the stage for that WrestleMania, for WrestleMania 14, when Steve Austin beat Shawn Michaels and took that belt off of him. You know, he put him in that perfect spot. Kevin Owens is that type of guy. He is that Steve Austin. He looks like the everyday guy. He looks like the guy who lives next door to you. He looks like, as our buddy Bill Jacobs would say, he looks like the guy who would steal your television. You know, he does. Right. But he gets over that way. He gets over by being the everyday guy. He showed you his kids, you know, his son, and he showed you some personal stuff in his life. There's a good backstory to him, but there's nothing else. Kevin Owens, there's nothing else to Kevin Owens. How are they selling this guy? Is he an ultimate fighter? Is he a street fighter? I mean, what is he? Vince McMahon can be the guy who comes in there and helps define who Kevin Owens is. He did the same thing for Steve Austin. He did the same thing for Austin. I don't think Shane McMahon can do that with Kevin Owens being a heel and Shane being a babyface. And speaking of Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens, I say the payoff for this match is there will be a Hell in a Cell match between Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon, if I believe. Now, to be honest with you, wrong guys. Put Vince in there. Vince is 72 years old. He'll probably outwork his son. I'm sorry. He'll outwork his son. I really, truly believe that. You know what? We're going to take a break real quick here because we got some big news coming up. And because I know, I usually take over the show, but next segment, Bud Cassidy's going to take over the show, and he's going to tell us, what happened in his tag team match, cheater. Anyway, at this past show in Dunbar, PA with the United Wrestling Federation. And I got some big news on that too. But we're going to go to a break here, wrestling fans. This is stephon-devereux with Bud Cassidy. You're listening to the Devereux-Committee of Pro Wrestling here on the Idiot Radio Network.
For all your heating and cooling needs, service, and installation, contact our friends at Complete Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, 412-513-3001. Doesn't your family deserve complete comfort? Looking for a creative idea for meetings, business lunches, and special events? Call Spiels on Wheels, Food Truck and Catering, and take the stress away. For more information, call them at 724-244-9881 or on Facebook at facebook.com/spielson.wheels.
You're listening to Idiot Radio, taking it to the edge and back.
Pizza and Gyro Express, 801 O'Neill Boulevard in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. For menus, coupons, specials, and catering info, visit our website at pizzaandgyroexpress.com. Order online or by phone at 412-672-2182. Don't forget about the lunch buffet and drink every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for just $10. The original Pizza and Gyro Express. Don't settle for anything less.
And we are back. Stephon-devereux, Bud Cassidy. We're back here, Devereux-Committee of Pro Wrestling, here on the Idiot Radio Network. We are currently on location, but it's working out pretty decently so far. What do you think, Bud?
Hell yeah, man. Sucks that we couldn't be, at the regular radio show, but I think we're doing pretty good for what we have.
Well, we will be back next week at the Idiot Radio Network studios at the Brookline Pub on Brookline Boulevard And, we got some big news coming up, with the radio station. Huge news. I was told I can't say anything, so I'm going to keep, my mouth shut, and we got some huge news coming up. But guess what? We're going to talk about the huge news that came out of United Wrestling Federation last Friday. And I was upset because we couldn't do an episode Sunday afternoon, but let's be real. This was probably one of the best shows that we've seen in Fayette County in a long time. And, we had some fun. Some stars were born. Born. I mean, come on here. Let's talk about that. But before we talk about it, let's talk about you for a second here, you cheater. You cheated, bud. You cheated. My guys, no. My guys. Okay, I won't talk about it. Just go ahead.
Your guys?
Yeah.
Your guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Your guys, they got scared.
Yeah.
See, Justin no-showed that match, not because he's got an ego, not because he thinks he's better than everybody. He skipped out on that match, and so did Maniac Killer, because simple facts are, they knew they was going to get their ass whipped. Plain and simple.
It's not fair, bud.
You can sit there and say that I cheated all you want, but see, the simple fact is you went out, you paid off a tag team to come in to try to take us out, and what happened? Your boy whipped their ass. Well, actually, I didn't whip their ass. Actually, Rad whipped their ass, which is even worse. But just saying. So, at the end of the day, all I'm going to say is, how's it feel, Aaron? Oh, what's that? You're speechless?
No, no. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. No. Here's the problem. See, what I found out was... the
problem is nobody wants to hear the loser. Everybody wants to hear the winner. So, you can just sit back there, buddy, and you can just shut your mouth. No, just having some technical difficulties. So if you hear it go off, it's not off. That's just the daggone. Anyway, I won't even tell you what's going on behind the scenes here because people are trying to sabotage your show, and I'm not going to tell you who it is. We'll talk about that later on. But as of right now, let's get back into what you just said. Now look, the Alliance of Violence is one of the most top-rated tag team in the business and on the indie scene. These two guys came up here, did me a favor. They did me a favor because they knew they can come run through this tournament if they were given a fair shot. Now, if I remember correctly, the referee, the guy who's had a daggone stick up his ass for the past 2 years, for stephon-devereux. I don't understand. I didn't steal no money from this guy. Is his name Kim Flamingo? No. I went into Kim Flamingo's bank account, but not this damn referee's bank account. I'm still trying to figure out how the hell this guy's going to sit here and say he called that match down the middle. He didn't call that match down the middle. He did not call it down the middle. You know that. Oh, okay. Okay.
You know that. He didn't call this match down the middle at all. You know that as well as I do. Don't sit here and lie. Don't lie. Did he? No.
Well, I mean, it's technically not his fault. His eyes are crooked.
Yeah, true. Hey!
What?
Let's go back to the point. Let's go back to the point here. Okay? Now, my guys, Patrick James and Jackson
Which
Cole.
lost?
Well, see, it was our first time that we was able to come together. Now, what I did was
how much did you pay those guys to lose?
I didn't. Well, see, what had happened was, look, here's the deal. All right, I gave him a couple bucks. All right, gave him a couple dollars. I didn't give him a lot, and a favor. Some people owed me a favor. I'm not going to tell you who.
Well, I thought you was a businessman. I thought you were supposed to, pay to make sure that the job gets done.
I am a businessman.
Not a very good one.
No. See, here's the problem, bud. Okay, I'm trying to negotiate other things in the locker room. Okay, I'm trying to rebuild because I can't tell you what I plan on doing. I can't tell you yet, even though I kind of let the cat out of the bag on the Neil Haley show this past week. But this new thing, this AFG thing is over. Okay, that AFG thing is over. Thank God. But something new is coming out of this. Out of the ashes of AFG, Phoenix will rise.
And this is supposed to scare me.
Now, let me give you some backstory real fast before we get into some other stuff that happened at the show that I want to comment on. Let me tell you what happened. It wasn't my fault either. Maniac Killer, he said that his tire, something happened with his car, tire blew out or something on the road. He said it just mysteriously happened. He said he got new tires last month, and his tires, something happened. So he couldn't make it to the show, all right? He was in a place with no service, and you know how it is in Fayette County. He had no service, and he couldn't leave his car and walk to the show. And I understand that. He's a businessman, smart man. I wouldn't let that man walk to a show anyway. Told him to call Uber, but he couldn't even get daggone wireless reception out there. Anyway, next thing, Justin Bender. Now, you're going to tell me that Justin Bender, it's the problem I got with Justin. Justin Bender, he shows up whenever he wants to. He's a star. That's what stars do. And he was upset. About his best friend, Maniac Killer, not being there. No, he was upset about Maniac Killer not being there at the time. So he didn't come out from the locker room, which I understand. Now, the Alliance of Violence were brought up here for a reason. And I won't get into why they were brought up here. But they were brought up here for a reason. I'm just thankful that these guys were there to have my back at the last minute because they're smart businessmen. Now, I'll go on record right now and say no, they're not with my new crew. They're not with my clique. No, they're not with my committee at all. They're not. But if you need some guys, and I want to let these other wrestling promoters know, if you need some guys out there to come up there and whoop some ass real fast, you want to bring in the Alliance of Violence.
Well, in your case, lose. But okay, go ahead.
But that was only because the referee he was biased. Anyway,
you know what?
We got 10 minutes.
Referee's eyes are crooked. But
we got 10 minutes left, and I'm not even going to go into a break because we're going to go straight into some other stuff here. What I don't understand is, and this is what I don't understand, bud, is why the hell does Rob Rage think that he has what it takes to be a world champion? You pick your little tag team partners, man. Your tag team partners. Come on. You got, Bud, you got what it takes to be a champion. You do. Rob Rage, on the other hand, nah, I don't see Rob Rage ever being a champion. You know why, I'll tell you? Because he likes to hang out with guys like Kid Cupid a little bit more than he needs to. You, on the other hand, I see you. I see you in the gym. I see you working out. I see you, getting yourself together. You're going out there. You're watching other wrestling shows. You're honing your craft. Why do you have to be settled down by a guy like Rob Rage, man? Why, Cassidy, you have a future.
See,
Rob Rage doesn't.
Here's the thing here, brother. It's not so much that I need Rob Rage or that I even care about Rob Rage. See, the simple fact is I have a job, and that job is consisting of one thing and one thing only: to make your life a living hell.
Whoa.
It doesn't matter.
What did I ever do to you?
It doesn't matter. Huh?
What did I ever do to you?
Oh, do we have to go back to Pittsburgh? We have to go back to 10 years ago?
No. Hey, I've always been a nice guy. And you know that.
Yeah, well, it's going to look really nice with my foot up your ass here soon.
You're being so mean. Let's move on. We're going to move on from what – because I got two more things to talk about that I want to get into real fast. Ricky Stover, Black Lightning versus Scott Sarin and Trevor Gage. Come on, man. What's up with this Mr. 10, Ricky Stover? Or what was this, Mr. 100, Mr. 10, whatever his name is. The guy's a guy. He's a fool. He's a guy. Whoa. Hold on. Let me get this right. I'm sorry. Ricky Stover is actually a smart man. Because I was watching this Black Lightning kid. And Black Lightning, he kind of had me ticked off. Like, I'm being real. He kind of had me ticked off. You know why? He went to some guy's house and knocked on her daggone door to fight some guy. And you know, he insulted some little kid, man. That wasn't fair. That was not right. How you insulting little kids out here? I mean, that was not right, Black Lightning. So you know what? I changed my opinion about this guy. I hope that Ricky Stover stick his foot up in his ass, and I hope that UWF, the board of directors, I hope that they decide to get this match booked, because that's a match I want to see. I want to see Ricky Stover kick Black Lightning's ass. I'm dead serious. I'm done.
So here's the thing, Mr. Devereux. Black Lightning lives by the same thing that I live by. That if you're going to talk shit, you better have an ass that can back it up. And quite frankly, Randy, whatever his name was, Colliner or whatever the hell his name was, obviously didn't have the ass to back it up, because voila, Black Lightning's the new Legacy Grand Champion, or Phoenix Pro Grand Champ, or Legacy. I think it was Legacy. I'm pretty sure that's what he had on his Facebook. If I am wrong, I apologize. I don't want to piss anybody off. Well, actually, I really care less, but nonetheless.
He's trash.
He's not trash.
He's trash.
Would you tell him that to his face?
See, well, no, what I meant to say
exactly.
was he takes out the trash.
That is the exact reaction I was waiting for you to do. Reason why is because just like your tall friends Justin Bender and Maniac Killer, these guys are a joke.
What?
Joke.
But that's a shame.
And these guys are going to remain a joke until you get a guy in there who isn't a joke.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. We're looking into that, because here, I'm going to tell you this real quick before we move on to a heartbreaking situation in UWF. I just want to give a moment of silence to the career of Jesse Skelton. That was long enough. Jesse Skelton, you are now fired. I have fired Jesse Skelton because, you know what? I'm tired of Jesse Skelton being, it's all about the fans. It's all about the fans. I had a game plan set up to beat Sicken to become the first ever UWF champion for Jesse Skelton. You know what he did? Instead of meeting with us in the back of the building, like we had set up so we could jump Sicken before the match, he decides that he wants to go and wrestle with the damn kids in the damn middle of the ring during intermission. The game plan was set up. We had the guys set up, me, the Alliance of Violence, and a couple other buddies that I had, who came to the show to check things out. We were sitting there waiting for Jesse Skelton to call Sicken outside and to have us jump Sicken. But what did Jesse do? No, I want to go play with the kids because the kids and the fans are what I'm all about. Jesse Skelton, you are a disgrace to professional wrestling. If I ever see you in a daggone ring again, Jesse Skelton, I swear to goodness, I'm going to sin.
Well, doesn't he know where you live?
Damn. Well, see, you know what? I'm moving next week anyway. And that's not enough time. Hold on, let me think about this.
You going on vacation?
Let me think this through. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on from that subject. So Sicken is now the new UWF champion, and besides what happened with Justin Bender attacking Jesse Skelton, later in the show, I don't want to get into that. I'm gonna save that for next week because I plan on having Justin Bender on the show. But Sicken is now the new UWF champion. What's up with that? How does that happen? I don't get it. Because you know why? You know how it happens? Yes. You know how it happens? Because fellas don't know how to stick to the plan. Jesse Skelton, the extremist. Sicken should not be the champion. But it's okay, though, because, we got some bigger news coming up. And you know what that bigger news is, Bud Cassidy. Because I sit down and I talk to my friends. I got friends everywhere. I got friends everywhere. And I'm not going to say I'm managing this guy, even though I deserve to. But I understand Matt Bish is actually working with this guy behind the scenes. And if anybody can do it, I know Matt Bish can do it. But anyway, I heard Sicken is going to have a big opponent coming up on November 4th. Is that correct, Bud Cassidy? Bud, tell me, is it correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Well, if the rumors are true, because I've been hearing rumors, and I'm going to let the cat out of the bag because you know me, stephon-devereux, I'm the news. I'm the media. This is what we do. This ain't fake news. But I heard that Ricky Reyes has stepped up to the plate. And I'm talking about international superstar. Ricky Reyes has stepped up to the plate after phone calls and emails and text messages and emails and some more text messages. Ricky Reyes has stepped up to the plate. And he wants to sell at that UWF championship.
Yes, he has. And I hope he didn't affiliate himself with you, because if so, then he's going to come up a tad bit short.
See now, Bud, you know what? See now you're tempting me now, because as soon as this show is over and we got a couple seconds left, we got maybe 2 minutes. As soon as the show is over, Bud, since you're enticing me, Bud, don't have me go out there and make that phone call, because I could do a one night only. I could do a one night contract. I can do that. I got that power. stephon-devereux. I can do that one night contract.
And it'll be god awful on his part.
Now you're tempting me, Bud. Okay, Bud. Okay. You know what? We're going to end the show like this. Bud Cassidy, as soon as we're done, I am going to call Ricky Reyes, and I'm going to see how much money it's going to take for him to be with me for not one night only. One night. stephon-devereux, Ricky Reyes. Matt Bish, I'm sorry, baby. I'll outbid you on anything. Right now, since I'm getting called out by Bud Cassidy, and I'm going to put money on the line against you, Bud, that Ricky Reyes will be
I like money.
Sicken for the UWF championship that night.
How much to bet?
Well, I heard the UWF.
Well, don't break your bank account, Bud, because I know it's kind of low. So.
Well, I heard the board of directors is making O'Reilly Chambers pay $1,000 to come back and wrestle. So let's go half of that. Let's go $500. And guess what I'll do? I'll even throw in one night only for you. I'll manage you if you win as well. Oh, my goodness. Okay, wrestling fans, this broadcasting fell for that. We're going to talk to you guys next week. So, Bud Cassidy, stephon-devereux. We are the Devereux-Committee of Pro Wrestling here, Idiot Radio Network. We'll see you next week, wrestling fans.
See you next week, guys.